What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to another episode of What's on the Table. And I love how Mike didn't say jack shit.
That sounds corny, bro. I couldn't agree with the idea. I'm sorry.
This month, the month of September, once again, more video games to talk about.
Always gold. Always gold.
I think Jimmy's gonna get started here with some of his video game pickups, and
I guess I'm gonna have to. Well, I don't have anything gold,
Nice.
but I got some green. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. You guys might remember this game as one of the hardest versions of this, single-player side-scroller. I actually like it for its challenge. Music rocks.
Cover of that game right there, you can see that they all have the red bandanas, but in the game you can see that they have colors.
The Turtles rock, and I'll always love that game.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna bring in RAMBO. This is just a reskin of Zelda 2. And that is Link's Adventure, but it's with RAMBO.
and not nearly as good.
It isn't as good, but it's a fun game if you get into it a little bit. It's RAMBO. Well, let's go into this. Let's bring Solid Snake into this with Metal Gear. The MSX2 port of the game to the NES, inferior in every way, but still a
Was
fun
that
game.
an actual port?
That was a port, but it was a poorly done port. You can't crawl, you can't do anything like hug the wall. Like, you're able to do these things in that one version, and it was Japan exclusive until they released Metal Gear Solid 3 Substance, and then you could play those games, which are phenomenal.
And the MSX version is supposed to be a lot better. I've never actually played. I'd like to download a ROM, at least give it a shot, but no, I've never played.
I want to play that too.
You can actually pick it up for PS3 under the collection, the HD collection, with Metal Gear Solid, Metal Gear Solid 2, and Metal Gear Solid 3 Substance. I don't know if it's on the 3DS version though, but it's worth playing.
Yeah.
Now, second is the follow-up, Snake's Revenge. Some people don't like this game because it's technically not a Metal Gear game, but this is definitely one that inspired Kojima to push to make more sequels. And we ended up getting Metal Gear 2 and eventually Metal Gear Solid, and, you know, the story goes on. It's not the greatest game, but hell, at least they released something and gave it to us because we really wanted it.
Yeah.
And that just shows Konami's like dedication to their fan base. Now the next one I have is called Rocket Ranger. Now this is not really a well-known game, but I found it and it reminds me a lot of the Rocketeer, but not that game you play on the NES. It's more like the movie. You fight the Nazis, and you even have like the backwards rocket pack sections where you're flying, and you don't see that very often in many of these games, like say Top Gun, but that's a flying game. This game actually has that.
Sounds like a really cool game. I'd like to get into that one sometime soon. I mean, honestly, I like the Rocketeer, the video game for the NES. I feel like I'm alone on that one, but regardless, that sounds pretty cool.
And another game is Treasure Master. Now this is a little devious marketing ploy by MTV. They released this game and gave people ridiculous expectations to beat it in 24 hours to get a code, just to beat the treasure level within a certain amount of time in order to provide them with another code, and then win lots of wonderful prizes. I don't know if anybody won any, but you know what? It's still one of those games.
I just like how this guy looks straight out of somebody from like Saved by the Bell. I don't know, maybe that's just me.
It's like Screech. All
Pyramids in the background on a very 80s looking computer grade. No, stop
To be
Just
honest
stop
with you,
it.
that's the most
No.
accurate game cover I've seen so far.
Accuracy.
No, another game I have is Legendary Wings. This is kind of cool game right here from CAPCOM.
Really good game.
It is? Yeah.
Really good game. You like shooters, don't you?
Yeah.
Definitely play this one. It's a top-down shooter. Plays a mythological Greek god.
I don't think about it that way. I think I'm playing Duran Duran from Barbarella. He's walking around, has wings, he's wearing clothes this time.
Challenging, Capcom, just well done. Very good game.
And I love my top-down shooters, so much so that I picked up Dragon Spirit.
That's a good game.
Arcade.
That's a good game.
The arcade version is amazing. I played it at a barcade in New York City. A lot of fun. Don't play it drunk. I'll say that. But this game is amazing. If you like top-down shooters, that is definitely a game to pick up. Now, I'm happy to have this. I already have a copy of the game, but I found this in box. CRYSTALIS. If you haven't played it yet, SNK, one of my favorite game developers. They make games that we all love. King of Fighters, Fatal Fury, Samurai Showdown.
SNK is solid.
It's a game to rival Zelda, and that's hard to say. Like, it was so good, Nintendo bought up the license when SNK was going under. They revamped it with a mediocre Game Boy Color game, but in the long run, that's still such a classic, and I'm surprised that it hasn't gained more attention than Legend of Zelda did.
That sounds like some expensive ass champagne.
Like Cristal? Well,
Crystalis.
the original name for the game was Godslayer. You can't have that in America. Yeah, oh yes, let's go pick up Godslayer. My dad would have been like, no. So it's just one of those games.
Bible Thrasher.
Sin Enhancer.
Yeah.
So, I'm gonna kick it off. I got a strong Game Boy pickup this month, Game Boy pickups. And I'm just gonna start it right off the bat with Hit Icarus. This is the only sequel, well, no, I'm not gonna say only. This is the second sequel.
This is the direct sequel.
Yeah, direct sequel. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Direct sequel to the first game.
You play it, Wizard.
I never played that one. I hear it's good.
The next game that I got that I'm really happy to have, it's a Natsume game, and it's the same people who created Harvest Moon, is Legend of the River King 2. And this game is more or less about fishing.
It's an RPG though, isn't it?
Yeah.
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 I've heard that game is great.
Yeah, no, it is. I think in this one, you can make the choice of raising fish or play the story mode where you're like catching fish.
It was actually Bill Benton who mentioned something about that game on his channel.
Yeah?
Some of his finds, and he said how good it was, you know, especially since he's a big fan of fishing games, so...
Yeah, really happy to have that one.
Well, it's also in color, come on. Color.
So, I'm gonna jump backwards real quick. I'm gonna go ahead and say that I got this.
The shittiest baseball game of all time.
He is fucking bugging.
Because I beat your ass in it and it's awful.
Whatever. I smoked his ass before too and he got pissed about it. That's what it is. It's Baseball Stars. And I grew up with this game. It's made by SNK and
which is a positive.
Yeah, you can make your own teams. You can like there's different logos to put to your team. It's great. It's a great game. Great baseball game. Very happy to have. Now the next game is like probably one of my rarest scores.
Yeah.
And
impressive to say the least.
That'd be Metal Storm. And I got this at the flea market.
A fucking flea market too.
$70. $70 is what I paid for this game, and I'm happy that I picked this one up. I love Mecha, and this is right up my alley. So.
And that's a steal.
Yeah.
At 70, that's a steal.
The game features a gimmick, I want to say, where you control gravity, per se. So when you shift up to the ceiling, all your enemies shift up to the ceiling.
We played around with that one a little bit when you first got it.
Yeah.
I'd never played it before. It was good.
It's challenging, too.
Yeah.
It will kick your ass. Last genre, I guess, or genre.
Yeah.
Genre. So my last pickups here are Game Boy Advance games. I'm gonna start right off the bat with Space Invaders. I won this in an auction in eBay. Believe it or not, it's kind of hard to find with like complete with the box.
Yeah.
Yeah. The next game that I just wound up stumbling upon, and I'm really happy to have, is SCURGE HIVE. A lot of people compare this to Metroid, and I get that. There's that aspect of making you feel like you're alone.
And the music's really good, and the gameplay's addictive, and yeah, you're constantly running to different points on the map to sick bays.
Yeah, sick bays.
That's what it was.
That's what it is. You're infected with a virus, much like Metroid Fusion.
Right.
You're infected with a virus. The difference between that one and this game is that you have to constantly be on your toes going to a sick bay to heal yourself. Great to the collection.
Really addictive gameplay. And sealed, no less. Excellent pickup.
The next game I'm going to show, I'm not going to really say much about it because, you know, I already showed it on the previous episode. Still happy to have this in the box sealed. And that's Advanced Guardian Heroes. Also, you know, it's the sequel to the Sega Saturn one, but that's it though. This one I'm very proud to have. Double Dragon complete in the box. This is the remake of the first game, and I'm telling you, like, in my opinion, this is like the best. This is the best remade version. Alright, so...
Oh, man, again, with another sealed game, where do you come up with these things? I have no idea.
Yeah, I guess I got that good eye for, you know, hunting for the right Blah, 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 blah. So the next game I'm gonna show is definitely a power hitter. If you like Mega Man and you like Zero's better than Mega Man. This game is Mega Man 04, sealed in the box. Very happy to have this. This features the Z knuckle, which Zero can actually grab his opponents and rip their weapon and use it against other enemies. This is great.
3 sealed games now?
Yeah.
Insane. And like, not even like shit games either, like good games sealed.
Yeah, I'm happy, bro. So the last game, it's perfect for this time of month. It's perfect to add it to your collection. It's perfect. Castlevania, Aria of Sorrow. I've played this game. I've beat this game. This game is great. Spoiler alert, you are Dracula. You are Dracula.
This came directly after Circle of the Moon, right? Circle of the Moon, Aria of Sorrow,
Harmony of Dissonance.
Harmony of Dissonance.
Yeah. Nonetheless, great game to have. I recommend you buy this. It's getting up there. It's starting to go up. Anyway, hey man, that's my pickups for the month. Tom, you're up.
Oh yeah. So I got a few things here, and I'm gonna start right off with a very good, I don't know, Halloween themed game for the month. I picked up Diablo 1 for the PlayStation 1. Now I've played around with Diablo 1 before on the PC, but I've never played the 2-player PlayStation edition.
I have.
Yeah, I know you have.
Yeah.
I played D3 first. I played Diablo 3 first. I finally bought Diablo 2 for the PC and I played through that, and it was great. Finally picked this one up. I want to play through the PlayStation version.
I'm actually glad that you have a PlayStation game. I'm happy that you are collecting for PlayStation, man. I know you didn't really get to experience the PlayStation feel. Keep on collecting for it because it's a great system to collect for.
Yeah, it really is. Alright, so the next thing I got here, going once again for that Vectrex collection. The first thing I'm going to show here is the MINESTORM overlay. Now this isn't a big deal, it's not even a game, but I found this at Voltage Games. They had a few Vectrex consoles up there, one of which had the pack-in overlay. When I bought mine, I didn't get this. They were nice enough to part it out and sell it to me individually. So, happy to have that. The next game I got, again, Vectrex Clean Sweep. Now this right here, imagine Pac-Man. That's what it is. It's a Pac-Man clone. But at the same time, it's a little different. You play a vacuum cleaner, and there's enemies around the screen, just like in regular Pac-Man. You're trying to absorb as much money as you can and go deposit it in the safe.
Enemies, are they like dust bunnies? Because you said a vacuum cleaner. So
I know,
but
they're supposed to be burglars. But it's pretty cool. You know, Clean Sweep, it's actually fun to play. I mean, you know, it's much fun as Pac-Man is. So the next thing I grabbed here is going to be an NES game complete in box. It's Super Mario Bros. 2. Now I realize it's not too big of a deal, Super Mario Bros. 2, it's a very common game. But I didn't have this one in the box. I'm completing trilogies. So I got 1, now 2, and 3 in the box. Happy to have these. Both 1 and 3 are from my childhood. Never had 2 in the box.
Nice.
There it is. You
That's
know,
cool.
What really can you say really wasn't originally meant to be?
Let me hold this.
It's a great game. You're gonna have to try it out. Give me that fucking thing. So the next game I got here, going along with that theme of, you know, late September, early October here, is Castlevania 2 Simon's Quest, complete in box. A lot of controversy about this game. A lot of people don't like it. Jimmy showed it off last month. I think we said about as much as we could about it. I really enjoy this game. You really gotta try it out. If you don't mind following a guide, then you'll have no problem with it. And finally, this is my cream of the crop of the month. No doubt, something I've wanted for a very long time is Castlevania 1 on the original Nintendo. This image right here on the cover, this is the most attractive game cover of any video game in my personal opinion. I think this is the nicest looking cover of any video game. It's just so well done.
On the back though it says enter at your own risk.
Enter at your own risk. But again, you know, the theme here is kind of like completing some trilogies, and without dropping these ones this time, I have all 3 in the box. Really happy to have these. Arguably my favorite video game series of all time. Outside of Street Fighter, I'd say. Well, those are my pickups for the month. We'd like to give a couple of shout-outs here, you know, before the end of the video. And the first shout-out we want to give is to Mr. Bill Benton. Big Bill, thanks again for the kind words. at the end of your video, your half and half challenge. You always say such good things about our channel, and really, we hope we can live up to that. And we are going to hit you back with that half and half challenge. We're going to do that.
Yeah, we appreciate it, man. We appreciate the shout outs. We always like it. We always can use it. You know what I mean? Thank you very much. We appreciate you.
You've sent so many people our way, and can't thank you enough.
Right.
Speaking of people, definitely have to give a shout out to everybody that subscribed. Thank you so much. We're at 112 subscribers so far, and it's still growing. So tell your friends, tell your family, tell your imaginary friends if you have one. I don't care.
Gotta tell you, that happened quick. 112 subscribers, it's unreal. Really, because last time we made one of these videos, we weren't even at 100 yet, and it happened very quick. We are gonna have some sort of a giveaway contest. We just really haven't figured it out quite where we want to be. Expect a video soon, and we'll have some sort of details as to what the contest is.
Yeah, I'm
and
excited.
we're all gonna sit down and figure out what it is we're gonna do. Once we get to 200 subscribers, that'll be the contest.
Yes.
Last shout out here of the night, Voltage Video Games in Syracuse. There's 2 locations, I forget. I know one's downtown Syracuse and one is right outside of Syracuse. I can't say enough good things about these video game stores. Excellent selection, very knowledgeable staff, always willing to work on the prices. Go find a Voltage Video Games in Syracuse, New York.
I gotta check that place out. I've never been there. I gotta check that place out. Alright, hey, if you like what we do, please subscribe. Please hit that like button. It always helps. Joining us on KO Retro, thank you very much. Tune in for next month's What's on the Table. Till then, enjoy the videos that we put out during the next month.
Have a good night.
Yeah.
See ya.
Nothing to add to it. See ya.